Well, hey, how's it going, everybody? Here happy Friday. We got November the 7th, 2025. Is that right? The 7th or the 8th? I always November the 7th, Friday, November the 7th. There, I had to check my phone there. Here's more. I want more information. Hey, look at the beautiful fall colors here. Yeah, we were checking it out this morning. It looks better now because of the bright sunshine. We're gonna head over to the Lincoln Park Zoo. So we talked about this morning. Here, let me turn on the chat there. Chris, hey, thanks for tuning in. How you doing there, Chris? Thanks, appreciate it. Yeah, it feels pretty good. We got about 60 degrees Fahrenheit. This is the last warm day we might have in a while here because, well, I don't know if 60 degrees warm, but everything's relative in Chicago. Yeah, we got the glare of the sun there. I'm still working on my lenses. I know it was hard with the glare with the street lights last night there. I gotta work on cleaning my lenses here. Heather B, how you doing there? Eminem, Krista, Prince, Leslie. Yeah, fall colors. Yeah, we got them. This is, see, it's amazing how quickly some of the trees lose their leaves even before I see them turn colors. And then, you know, we'll see what happens after Sunday. We're supposed to get some flurries. I don't know if it's going to amount to anything, but we won't think about that today because we'll enjoy the day. We'll enjoy the 60 degrees we have now. It is a little breezy. It was breezy this morning. There's the bird condo. Look, there's the conservatory. We'll check out that conservatory more in wintertime. We usually save it for the nasty cold days where we can go inside and dream we're in a warmer place. But hey, there's the Belden Stratford there. Yeah, what's shaking here? So let's head over to the zoo. We're in Lincoln Park. We're in Chicago, south of Fullerton. We're head to the Lincoln Park Zoo near Stockton, which runs through the park, the street. And we see no guarantee the grizzly bears will be out, but we'll at least go over there and we might see the penguins and the zebras and the giraffes and rhinoceroses are up that way. And we'll see, you know, we'll head through the main part of the zoo there. There's the William Shakespeare there. How you doing there? Right in the sonnet. There's the Belden Stratford there. French Renaissance Revival. Look at this beautiful scene here. You got these park benches. Sit in the park here. Yeah, fall colors. It's windy in West Michigan. Yeah, leaves are falling fast there. Oh, this is Chicago. Yeah, thanks for tuning in here. The Bulls beat the Philadelphia 76ers there earlier this week. The Bulls play the Milwaukee Bucks tonight. I think it's 7 o'clock. The Bulls, they're off to a 6-1 start. Amazingly good start for the Bulls, record-wise. The Chicago Blackhawks hockey team plays the Canucks. Vancouver Canucks, is that right? Yeah. And here we'll head through the tunnel here. It's under Stockton. We're heading over to Lincoln Park Zoo. So hey, happy Friday here. 12:02 Chicago Central Time. We got 60 degrees. Echo. It's not enough. It's not a big enough tunnel. Hey, look at see, now all the plants are gone. Now the winter can begin because it was a nice season for the formal planting garden, but everything's removed now. So they pulled out all the plants there. There's still some mums over there. Yeah, there'll be some nice fall colors in the zoo. The zoo's kind of an arboretum as well. There's kids screaming and yelling on the Schiller statue there. Yeah, forever. Moon Fletch, how you doing there? Yeah, you know what I'm saying. What are you saying there, Moon Fletch? I don't know what you're saying. I didn't see what you're saying there. So you smell what I'm cooking? So hey, Dolores there. So yeah, the wind's bringing down the leaves. The fountain's off. I know it's hard to hear me with the wind, but we live in the world. We show the world as it is, not as we want it to be. Nothing's perfect. I'm not going to invest in all these reverb mics, furry mics. I'm very low fidelity here. What you see is what you get. Aisha, how you doing there? Yeah, no flowers here. I know it's always a sad time when We finally walked through here. Hey, the dog's rolling around though. Yeah. Well, here, yeah, the fountain's off. They're winterizing all the fountains there. They flush the air out of the irrigation pipes, so you don't have to worry about the pipes freezing. Winterize all the boats. Boats are going out of the harbor here. Ernie's tuning in. Yeah. Astro. Isan. Yeah. What's shaking there? Yeah, let's go to the zoo. Let's see if the bears are out. Bears are going to play the New York Giants on Sunday. Should be a good game. Chicago versus New York City there. Yeah, Bears got a winning record. They're 5-3, 5-3. So hey, we'll take it. Bulls got a good start to the season. Blackhawks are more like 500, but at least they're winning some games. Yeah, Ernie, how you doing there? Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, I saw you were with the what's his name? Moreno. He flies the drone there. Yeah, you guys were in in Millennium Park, Maggie Daly Park yesterday. He was flying the drone. That's great. Yeah, Dan Cruz tuned in yesterday. Maybe you can hook up with Dan Cruz sometimes too. He flies the drone, and I guess even Nick Koiken's got a drone. Everybody, Ernie's got it. Oh, that was probably your drone, Ernie. You got a drone. I forgot you got a drone, and I just saw the guy you were with. He's got a lot of followers. That's great. And I follow him. He follows me. That's great. We all follow each other here. We support our local Chicago-based live streaming community. Thanks for being on. So hey, welcome to Chicago. Welcome to the Lincoln Park Zoo. They've been putting up the zoo lights. So probably later this month, we'll give you a sneak peek of the zoo lights, and then once it's open, we'll pay the $10 and we'll show it to everybody. Yeah, Peter. What's that? Yeah, Chicago family there. And was that Perez there? Sheridan, yeah. Lunch bunch. So there always was a bear back there. Let's check out the fall colors here. We'll start here. Then we'll check out the seals here. Here's the Pritzker Family Children's Zoo. There's the wolves over here. I think I saw a human in the wolves habitat, so I don't know. No, they're just going over there to look at. Yeah, you know, they set up these lights for the zoo lights. There's the, let's see if the otters are out. I don't think the otters are out. Animals depend on people too, yeah. There's the otters habitat. Sometimes they're swimming. I just want to check out the fall colors this way. It's usually hard to see the animals this way, especially the wolves. Sometimes we see the wolves from the Stockton street side. They howl when the sirens go by. There's the wolf.
Oh, it's bird.
Oh, it's eating. It's eating. Yeah. Yeah, there's the wolves. No, I can see it. I can see if I'm zooming in. That thing. Yeah, it looks like it got a bird there. Sometimes they get the herons that nest over there. Yeah. I always wondered that because the herons are protected, and then they put up these tents, and then if one falls out of the nest, they get a free meal. Yeah. There's the wolves here in the Lincoln Park Zoo here. Where'd it go? It was right over there. There it is. There it is. Here's the wolf. Let's just zoom in here. So here's the wolves at the Lincoln Park Zoo. Look, it's eating the food there. It got a bird, I think. I don't know if they gave it that, or it's kind of, this glass is making my, it's not a clear shot here. Oh, it's too much going on here. How you doing there, wolf? You looking right at us there. It says I'm on YouTube there. Here's the wolf at the Lincoln Park Zoo. Look, it's eating the fowl there. It's eating its turkey dinner there, right there. Here, let me get out of this glass here. Maybe we can get closer here. There, red wolf. This is a red wolf here with Lincoln Park Zoo. Thanks for tuning in here. Yeah, this was the best view where they're at right here. How you doing? Right here, we'll keep going here. And yeah, I'm just going to quickly walk back. There is another bear here that's not the grizzly bears. I think it's a black bear. And this is the children's part of the Lincoln Park Zoo. It's a beautiful area here. They got little waterfalls. Look at this. So you get these naturalistic. I mean, I know it's an artificial waterfall, but for living in the big city of Chicago here, it's nice. There's like at least a fake waterfall. And this is all the habitat for the wolves here. And if you go in there, let's see if the otters are out here. Eventually, we'll get to the grizzly bears. Don't worry. I get on these distractions here. How you doing? Thank you. Let's just see if the otters are out. I'm not going to spend much time in here because they got a play area for the kids here. Let's see. Here's sometimes you can see the otters swimming here. This is the otter habitat in the Lincoln Park Zoo, but I don't see them out. So here, North American river otter. And here, we'll head through here. See, they got a play area for the kids. I don't want to film it because with respect to the kids and the parents there, they don't need a live streamer filming the kids playing on the playground equipment inside there, but it's a nice place to go. See this stuff here, they got this for the zoo lights. These things light up, so when they do turn them on, I know Ernesto was over here recently too. James O'Neill there, how you doing? Timothy, Jamaica, I like the flags there. Yeah, thanks for tuning in from Jamaica there. Native Chicagoan. Yeah, good. Bo P. Allen. That's why we do this. We show what's going on. This has value. I'm glad to provide the service because I realize I'm happy I can walk around here and it's a free zoo. Never in your whole life seen a Lincoln Park Zoo. Well, hey, we'll show it to you today. We're starting off slow. It'll get more action-packed once we get to the other side. But here, see, I think these are black bears. There's a black bear. It's over in this area, and again they got waterfalls and stuff. I just want to show there's grizzly bears on loan. Look at that waterfall. They got a waterfall back there. Of course, there's the Brookfield Zoo. A comfortable home for bears. There you go. I'm looking for the bear here. Let's see. It's got stuff it can climb on. I think you can look in this log. But there it is. Is that the bear? I think there it is. Yeah, there's the bear. See, so there's the bear's paws. Let's see if we can get a little. This is not the grizzly bear. We're gonna see. This is the American black bear. So these are smaller. You find these in the Appalachians in Canada, and even some in the Rocky Mountains. They're different than grizzly bears or brown bears, but there it is. So there's the bear. It's sleeping behind a stump there. I know it's hard to see, but there's a bear there, trust me. Maybe if I can get in this log, we can get closer here. Oh, I'm crawling the log here. There it is. There's the bear right there. That's as close as we can get to the bear. It's sleeping. I'm in the log here. Let me get out. There's people coming over here. They'll be like, they'll think I'm the bear coming out of the log here. So we'll let the bears sleep. We'll let sleeping bears lie. And I see they got some stuff that you can play on there. And beautiful fall colors here. So here we'll head back to the seal pond, and we'll go over to the north end of the zoo, and we'll go to where last Friday, I think it was the same deal. I worked from home. We went over and we saw the two new grizzly bears on loan from the Madison, Wisconsin Zoo, Ash and Lexi. And I think they're bringing good luck to the Chicago Bears. We'll see if it continues with the game on Sunday against the New York Giants. Yeah, Mia, how you doing there, Sharon? Saw the bear sleeping good. You saw it good. Astro, Maurice, one love. Gee, Lizette, Orlando's tuning in. Hey, thanks for tuning in from Florida. So let's see if we show you some real animals. We did see the wolf. The good thing about this, if you miss an animal and I'm talking about it, you can rewind, you can go back, you can watch the reruns. I know people want to see it live, but sometimes you can't see everything live. I understand. So we'll see if we see the well, there's the wolf. Yeah, there's the wolf right there. Come over here, wolf. Come up, say hello. Here's the wolf at the Lincoln Park Zoo. So it's going this way. There's running right by. There's the wolf. Look, there it is. It's running by. Wow. and one went this way. There it is. Here it is. Here's the wolf at the Lincoln Park Zoo. I know it's hard to see through this. There it is. It's got this fencing here. There's the wolf, Lincoln Park Zoo. It just ate a bird. And we think it just fell from a. It wasn't like something they gave it. It like caught a bird and ate it. Right over there. Hey, the red wolf. Here it is, red wolf. Canis rufus. Oh, look at the little puppy. Key lime tea time. Fair gaming there. Carlos, how you doing? So this is where the North American river otter is. I don't see him out. I've seen him like run up and down those water chutes, but they must be inside or sleeping or something. So hey, Lincoln Park Zoo, Chicago, Illinois. We got 12:15. We'll head past the seals. We'll head right up to the north end of the zoo and see if we can see these bears. And then after that, we'll walk around and see something else. You can go to underwater viewing there. I always lose my connection when we go to underwater viewing, so I'll stay above ground. We have some reruns of the fields. Yeah, I've been busy with work. I know what it's like. I'll work all the time there. That's why you can always watch the reruns both on YouTube and TikTok. And check my page there. It won't always show up to your For You page there. Trying to condition people to check my page. We can't rely on the algorithm to push the content. They're suppressing content of people they don't like. They're promoting content of paid advertisers and people that want to manipulate you with fake news and sensational headlines. Here's the helicopter. Here's the helicopter. It's probably a sightseeing tour helicopter. There's sightseeing helicopters that always fly up there, especially when the zoo lights, they'll fly up here just to see the zoo lights. So here, we'll head over here. See, they're starting to set up this big tunnel here. That's the tunnel of lights there for the zoo lights. So here, let's see if the macaques are out. Aisha, how you doing there? Let's see who else. Sheridan, Tea Lime Tea Time. So let's see here. Hey, here's the macaques. Look at the macaques. Very nice here. So hey, we got the Japanese macaque monkeys here. They're out foraging for their food. This is the Lincoln Park Zoo, Chicago, Illinois. How you doing? Chicago Heights, but you live in Vegas. That's good. Baseball diamond head. Look at the red butts. There you go. Hey, there's oh, look at these on the rocks over here. Hey, the macaques are climbing on the rocks there. Look at that. I bet they like the sun. They're enjoying this 60-degree day here we got in Chicago. It's probably the last warm day we're going to have in months. Get out there, enjoy it. If you're living in the Chicagoland area, enjoy the sunshine. It's supposed to snow on Sunday. Yeah, the monkeys. So let's see here. We got, look, it's got, yeah, that'll be lit up at night. It's like the peacock feathers. That's what it is. Hey, here's some more macaques over here. They got two places you can view them here. They do have little pools and little hot tubs for them. The winter times they'll sit on the heated rocks. Here, look at the macaques here. They got a nice little area here. Hey, how you doing there? See, there's the real monkey. That's me. We'll see what Moonfletch says about that. Anita, how you doing there? Thanks for tuning in. See, we're at the zoo here already. Here's the macaques. So here, I know. Here, look at this one. This one's spinning the wheel. It's spinning the little roller there. It's got the, hey, it's looking at us there. It was spinning that thing. It's playing on the equipment there. Yeah, come over and stay low. Yeah, face reveal. I got many videos where I show my face. Don't act surprised. Everybody's like, show your face. I'm like, I show my face dozens of times. People don't watch the videos. There's the macaques. I'm not ice. The real criminals are people that work for the government that won't show their face. There, I'm gonna get some nasty comments because I said that. Yeah, that's good. Here, we'll get out of here. There, yeah, yeah, look at that. Yeah, here's the African dogs here. Wow, look at that. Yeah, look at that. Oh, wow. So I don't know if the algorithm likes this. I know we worry about this on TikTok because of new terms and conditions. We're at the Lincoln Park Zoo, and they're eating the food there. I know that you might not want to see this, but this is the true nature here, you know. And so here's the African dogs here. They're eating the food there. So here, when we get out of here, there's a lot of people watching. I'm right in the way here. Too much. I get freaked out when there's too many people, and they're all hear me talking. They're like, they become very interested in what I'm doing here, talking into the mic, and then they think I work for the government or ICE is watching or can't trust anybody. Here, carcass present. Look, there's a carcass present, which is normal part. They're feeding the dogs there, African dogs here. Look at that. Yeah, we'll get some footage here. Yeah, we'll come over here. Christopher, how you doing here? Welcome to the zoo here. It's feeding time here. We're gonna go over and check out the bears here, but let's see if we can see. There it is. Pete, how you doing? Hazlitt, Michigan. It's great. They're eating the carcass there. I'm talking into. I got a live audience here. I know my voice is annoying. Here's here's the African dogs, Lincoln Park Zoo. Feeding time. Look at that. Hey, you missed Lincoln Park Zoo. You missed this? Yeah. See, we were over on that side. You can watch it from there, and you can watch it from here. This might be a better view. There, we'll keep on going here. So we got to get to see the bears here. So we might see these on the way out. There's vultures and storks. There is a bald eagle and some other things here. An owl. Here's the Red River hogs. Is that what they call these? There they are. Yeah, it's just like Timon from Lion King there. Pumbaa. It's like Pumbaa. Timon is a Timon is the meerkat, and this is oops. Let's see, where'd it go here? It's on the other side there. See, they're setting up the zoo lights. We're by the McCormick birdhouse here. We'll go around and see if we can get some more footage. We're heading up to see the grizzly bears here, Lincoln Park Zoo, and a lot of animals are out today because the weather's nice. Here we go. Here, Red River hog. Here it is. How you doing there? Yeah. Yeah, Christopher, you've been up here. So hey, we'll come back here, Red River hog. There's a lot of people at the zoo today here. We got field trips. And so let's head around to see the here's the penguins. We'll probably go through this probably on the way back. Here, the Robert and Mayari Pritzker Penguin Cove here. See if any penguins are out. Then we'll go up to see the bears here. Tombot, how you doing there? Tea time. Thanks for tuning in there. Yeah, go to the free zoo here. I don't see any out. I don't know what they're standing there for. But sometimes you see the zebras and the giraffes, but it doesn't look like they're out, so we'll head around and we'll go over to the bears here. It
says this is African animal.
Ukraine, how you doing there? Julia, thanks for tuning in there. Yeah, it feels pretty nice. It's in the 60s here. We're enjoying the fall colors here at Lincoln Park Zoo. We got 1224. Yeah, it's above 60 degrees. This is probably the best weather day we're going to have in a while, unless we get some road warm weather by Thanksgiving. But it's been an amazing fall. We have had a lot of nice sunny days and a lot of nice sunrises, and we'll see how the winter treats us there. I'm ready. I'm ready for snow flurries. People will tune in to watch snow. we get a snow, when I walk to work, people will really tune into that live if I can maintain my connection with the atmosphere. But here's the Walter family, Arctic tundra. There's a polar bear, a female polar bear still here. There was 2 polar bears. Now there's just one. They loaned the male to the Madison, Wisconsin Zoo, and that's why we're at the Lincoln Park Zoo, and that's why we have 2 grizzly bears that they loaned us back. Here's the female polar bear. And I bet she's pretty hot today because it's 60 degrees here. Look at that. Here's the polar bear. Yeah, polar bear. We'll head over there. Oh, sorry. And we'll head up. Oh, look, it just reared up there. I just missed it. It just reared up. It's coming back here. Here it comes. Let's catch this polar bear. Look at it rear up there. Wow. That is great. So, hey, Lincoln Park Zoo, here's the polar bear. So here, let's go over there. Let's see if it's going over to the cave there. And oh, it's Lincoln Park Zoo. Lincoln Park Zoo. We're in the Lincoln Park Zoo. Did I just tell you we're in the Lincoln Park Zoo? Guess what? We're in the Lincoln Park Zoo. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. Thanks for asking questions. I know this is the nature of social media. People are constantly tuning in and tuning out, and everybody demands immediately. They won't watch unless you tell them immediately where you're at. Here's we're going to check out the grizzly bears. Oh, so they soaped this all up. Normally you could look back there, and they soaped it all up. Here's the brown bear. So these are the 2 ones, and probably since I rushed up here, they probably won't be out. But that's the polar bear. Here's where we got. If they're not out, I got footage. I got reruns of them from last Friday. You can check out my reruns. We got some really good footage both on TikTok and YouTube. I'm at the Lincoln Park Zoo. Anytime you come to the zoo, there's no guarantee the animals will be out. We saw a lot of animals out on the way up here, and we'll see if we get lucky. We'll be able to tell here really quick, unless they're swimming. If they're swimming, we'll be really out. I don't think they're out because there's not anybody. They might be over there. So here's the, see, they got a nice waterfall. Here's the brown bear habitat at the Lincoln Park Zoo. And so we'll head around here and we'll see. We can come back. We can come back. We can even come back this weekend. We'll see what the weather's like this weekend. But we'll go inside. Maybe we'll see the meerkats and the giraffes, and then we can head back out here. But there is a chance they might be in their swimming pool. So here's rhinoceros this way. We're in the Lincoln Park Zoo, Chicago, Illinois, United States of America, planet Earth. We have 12:27 in the p.m. and we're going to try to see if the brown bears, the grizzly bears, are out. Probably not, because there would be more people down here watching, but we'll show you their swimming pool, and then we'll come back. If they're not out, we'll go check out some other animals, and we'll give another try. See brown bear here, and yeah, they're not out. So we'll I think they're probably up in those caves there. So let's see if we can break into the Regenstein African Journey the back way. And since the giraffes are not outside, there's a good chance they're inside, which is a better place to view them. And so let's run and catch this door. I'm going to catch that door. Thank you. Thank you. I want to catch it. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you. That's good. Yeah, we made it. How you doing, sir? Hey, welcome to the Lincoln Park Zoo. Welcome to the Regenstein African Journey here. I know we'll see some animals in here. Here's the fish. See Lake Malawi. It's part of like the Rift Valley here. There's all the fish. Hey, Naya's tuning in there. Micheletta. Rift Valley Lake. So here we'll head around and see if the meerkats are out. And we'll see if the giraffes are out.
Sometimes it doesn't, so you like manually reboot it.
Yeah, it looks like the meerkats are out. People are here filming. There they are. How you doing there, meerkats? Yeah. Look at that. Sitting on the top of the termite mound, a sentry. Looking around, it's like a watch. It's on watch there. How you doing there, meerkat? Thanks for tuning in. Chicago, Lincoln Park Zoo. Just checking out the meerkats there. Yeah, pretty fish there. You see it, Mia? Yeah, it's a little zoo. Yeah, it's a little zoo. It's small, but it's free. So, yeah, there's larger zoos, but you got to pay for them. This one's free. Look, there's one down there. Look, it's digging. What are you doing there, meerkat? Oh, there's two of them. Look at it. How you doing there, meerkat? Yeah, what do you say? There's three of them. They're all coming out the log there. Here, let's get around on the other side. Maybe we can see them better here. Hey, there's the clip springer. How you doing there, clip springer? You watching over everything there? You chewing your cud? Yeah, you're cute. Looks like a baby deer, but it's a fully grown clip springer. They climb on the rocks. But here, there's the meerkat. How you doing there? See, and there's some down. If we go right here, there's some. They're all right down there. They're all in their little nest there. Oh, they're all huddling there. Here's the meerkats here, Lincoln Park Zoo. Yeah, it's a great habitat. They got a nice area here. Yeah, it's comfortable. So again, how you doing there, buddy? Hey, I like you. It was looking at us. How you come back and look at us here? How you doing there, meerkat? Oh, what do you say? You want to be on YouTube? Yeah, you like your paws there. King of the mountain, king of the mountain. Yeah. What's it all about? Sniffing the air. So these humans stink. We can smell them a mile away. All these humans keep coming by and looking at us. They don't bring food or nothing. So let's go see if we can find the giraffes. Sometimes the giraffes are here. Usually they feed them at lunchtime, but maybe let's see if this door is open. See, that door is not open. So, and we didn't see them outside. Where could they be? You know, I guess maybe they're in there, and they're not letting. Maybe they're not letting them out today. I don't know. Let's see if they're over here. Hey, they're taking a photo. You get the photo booth here. They're over there. There's one. It's behind the fence there. I just briefly saw it, stuck its head out, and then it went back in. Yeah, so that's where they're hiding. They're in. Hopefully they'll open it up there. So here, let's go over. We'll check out the guinea fowl and the clip springer, the red-billed, hornbill, crested guinea fowl. That's what this is. I'll let these go through here. How you doing? Oh, I'm going the wrong way here. How you doing there? How you doing? Okay, thank you. I'm going the wrong way here. How you doing? Appreciate it. How you doing? Thank you. There we go. Good. So here we'll have there's a field trip going through here, and here we'll check out the hippopotamus here. There they got the statue, the hippopotamus here. There it is. There's the hippopotamus. It's out. This is a pygmy hippopotamus here, Lincoln Park Zoo. Look at that. Yeah, Peter Jones, you're not impressing me because, you know, here we are at the zoo, we tuning in to see the bear, and all you care about is O-Block. So I know what you think of me, and that's fine. You can think whatever you want. I got reruns on O-Block. I would implore you to check out my reruns of O-Block, and I can send them to you directly. I got them both on TikTok and YouTube. Actually, I don't know if I got them on YouTube. I got them on TikTok, and you might not have TikTok, and I know you're going to say that. Check out Jody GTV. Jody GTV has a great rerun of O-Block. He's gone down there, as have I. And when Speed went down there, they told him not to come. They said they'd be too much of a distraction. We don't need an influencer down here bringing a bunch of attraction, you know, unless you're going to help out the people that live in Parkway Gardens or donate money to the, you know, or unless you're that interested in it. You're welcome to. Concerned about O-Block. Here, welcome to the Lincoln Park Zoo. Here's the alligator here. How you doing there, alligator? West African dwarf crocodile. Look at that. Yeah, the hippos. Yeah, thanks Anita. Thanks for backing me up on that. Isn't it amazing? No matter where we go, no matter what we do. Oh, sorry, so no matter where we go, no matter what we do, we get that question, and it shows you how much it is in the public's consciousness. Again, I said when Speed came here, the big influencer with the millions of followers, they told him, and he's part of, you know, he's a black guy. They told him not to come. They said, please, you're going to distract and you're going to bring a bunch of attention here that we don't want, you know, and this is the people that live in Parkway Gardens. Do you live in Parkway Gardens? Are you concerned about the people that live in Parkway Gardens? Or you just want to call it O-Block because you think you're like some cool person, you know, listen to drill hip hop. I know we got down there and filmed it, paid my respects. May he rest in peace. We saw Chance the Rapper at the Bud Billiken Parade, and we saw the South Shore Drill Team. Do you want to see reruns of the South Shore Drill Team, or you only want to see reruns of O-Block? I don't hear you talking. Why don't you want to see reruns of the South Shore Drill Team? That's pretty cool, you know. They were doing it to like the Percolator, you know, to nice remix. You know, we had real DJs from real Chicago house scene. So I'm gonna, since we're up here, I'm gonna try one more time to see if the grizzly bears are out, because sometimes that's how it is. It's hit and miss, like 5 minutes. And sometimes you leave and some like amazing footage happens. And we'll check out the nice fall colors here. So hey, welcome to Chicago. Welcome to the Lincoln Park Zoo. Here, we're gonna head around here. And if you ever want to be depressed about the future of humanity, just become a live streamer and read people's comments. And then you're like, we are doomed. People are dumb. They make stupid comments. But hey, you're allowed to, there's the free speech. You're allowed to make stupid comments. Just like I'm allowed to make stupid comments right now. And no one wants to hear me complain. So, hey, we're going to enjoy this weather. We're at the zoo. It's Friday. We got the whole weekend ahead of us. It might snow on Sunday. I'm excited. All these people are depressed. I'm ready for the change of the season. We got the whole Christmas holiday season ahead of us. We're going to do the Christmas lights, the zoo lights. They're going to have parades. They're going to light up Michigan Avenue. They're going to light up a Christmas tree. And even if you don't like Christmas, you can enjoy this. So here's the polar bear. At least we're seeing the polar bear. Here's the polar bear at the Lincoln Park Zoo. It's the best bear footage we're getting all day here. And I went to that window, but they got it all smoked up. Hey, there it is. See, it's rearing up there. It's raring to go. There's the polar bear at Lincoln Park Zoo. So here, let's see if the grizzly bears are out. We'll give it one more shot. And if not, we'll walk around to the rhinoceros. Rhinoceroses, hippopotamuses, or rhinoceroses? What's the plural of rhinoceri? Yeah, Subi. Yeah, see, we shut it down. What are you going to say to that? What are you going to say to that? Changing season, yeah. Now, you get used to it. Our city has become politicized. It shocked me, too. When I first started live streaming, Anita's been with me for 3 years now. We just couldn't understand, bro. I would be, like, walking to work, and they were like, this is not the real Chicago. You're in the rich person's area. And I said, okay. So I went to the west and south side. I made 300 videos of the west and south side. People stopped tuning in. They were like, oh, we want to see downtown. So I went downtown. They were like, go to O-Block. I said, I went to O-Block. Nobody tuned in. You know, it's just like, you can't win either way. And so then I give up, you know. So I'm going to just stream what we enjoy, what the people that, you know, the people in the Brian Really Chicagoans and the Lunch Bunch. We're going to do what we enjoy. People are going to be haters, but even Taylor Swift has haters. Even, you know, the nicest person in the world, people don't like him because they're the nicest person in the world, you know. They got to bring them down because they're not happy, so they're going to make sure we're not happy, but we're happy. Here's the waterfall. Look at the waterfall. Look at that. So the bears are not out. We'll have to come back a different time. I got footage. That's why I was very lucky. The first time we went here, we got really good footage of the brown bears, and they were pushing around a pumpkin, and you have to watch the rerun. So here, let's head around to the rhinoceroses here. We got 12:39. And we'll go check, we'll go see if the flamingos are out, we'll see if the lions are out, and we'll head to the southern end of the zoo there. Hey, the rhinoceroses are out. Let's see the rhinoceros here. Big horns here. You got picnic tables. That's the conservatory, which is outside the zoo. It's pretty windy today. I know it's hard to hear me a little bit, but that's life. Hey, we're enjoying the sunshine. 60 degrees here in Chicago, Illinois, Lincoln Park Zoo. We got 12:40 in the PM, and we're above 60 degrees. It's a beautiful day for November the 7th. Trust me. Hey, the rhinoceros is liking it. Yeah, walking around here. Yeah, it's cool. Here's the rhinoceros at the Lincoln Park Zoo. There it is. Hey, we got the best side. Come on, turn around there. Let's see if we can see you there. Hey, yeah, there it is. It's eating the leaves there. It's licking the leaves. So this is a free zoo. This only you don't have to pay if you bring your car. You have to pay to park, but if you don't bring a car, if you take transit or walk in the zoo like we have, this is a free zoo. It's open from 10 to 5, roughly from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. daily. In the Christmas time, they do the zoo lights after dark, and then they charge $10. At least that's what they did last year. They might raise the price this year because it used to be free. Even the zoo lights used to be free, and so after the pandemic, and then it was $5, and then it was $10. But during the day, it's free. You know, it's just they clear everybody out, and then they start charging. And you go online and get a QR code, and then they just scan it and let you in. It's all, you know, digitally on your phone. There you get your virtual ticket. But here, look, the lion's out. Wait, oh no, it's a statue to the lion. Here we got a nice view to the John Hancock. You know, it's nice just to walk around here. It's part of the Lincoln Park. You know, and since it's free, you can treat it just like it's part of the park and hang out here. They got picnic tables, benches, restrooms. They got concessions and drinks and everything you need here. No, yeah, the rhino might get out. Those cables don't look strong enough. Hey, look, these rhinos got out. Yeah, there's the one. It's a statue to a rhino. They light this up for the zoo lights. Here's the hippopotamus. I want a hippopotamus for Christmas. Only hippopotamus will do. I don't want a tinker toy. Who knows what a tinker toy is? I remember tinker toys. It's like these metal things, a rector set. It sounds dirty, but it's like a construction set there. You can make like cranes and engineering things. Hey. There's some lions there. Let's see if we see some real lions here. We'll head towards the lion house here. Yeah, that's good. Good, Reaper. That's good. See, that's very nice. We're trying to be, I know not everybody likes zoos. People feel empathy for the animals like we might see the African dogs. They're eating a carcass here. They string up a real carcass for them so it's close to, what they experience in the wild, how they would normally feed. But it's educational, zoos are educational. They bring a lot of field trips. We saw a field trip in the African journey there. So here, let's see if the African dogs are still eating this carcass here. Trigger warning if you don't like the scene of raw meat here. They're feeding on they got that's their lunch right there. There, it's coming around here. Let's get on the other side here. There it is. There's one over here.
What is it eating?
So here, we'll get at. So let's see if the lions are out. We got some footage of that. You can rewind there. I want to get ahead of this field trip here because sometimes I'm a distraction as a live streamer. Okay, good. So, yeah, let's head over to the lion house. We'll see if the flamingos are out. We got Friday. See, they're with the tunnel of love there. That's what I call it. You could sit outside here in the Landmark Cafe, and they'll light that up. They'll have rides and things, and there, see, there's already got the Santa set up. We'll start to see them setting up the Christmas, even though it's not Thanksgiving. They do it in advance. They put up as many lights before it gets cold, which is smart. And then you just got to take him down. Hey, he's backing up there. It's good. So here we'll head through. Yeah, Mary Trees, thanks for tuning in there. T-Line Tea Time, Anonymous, Katie, Cordelia. Yeah, we lost the real relationship. Yeah. So it's eating. The African dogs. It was looked like an antelope. I don't know where they got it from. It looked like something out of a safari. It looked like a real antelope from Africa that they had shipped in, and it was cut in half because it was so they could eat it the way they do in the wild. Here's Santa Claus. Santa's waving hello there. There's the yeah, look at that. Nice flowers here. We still got mums. See, look at this beautiful. This is November the 7th. It's still a lot of green trees. We got liquid water. I know the snow's coming. Winter is coming. But it's a beautiful scene today here. We got the waterfall, Lincoln Park Zoo, Chicago, Illinois. And here, let's head around. Yeah, P.S. Lang. Yeah, Chicago misses you. Thanks for visiting. Yeah, it's it's give you ideas. Just scroll through mine. The other live streamers, you'll find ideas. Here's where the snow leopard is, but I don't see the snow leopard out. Here, let's go. Let's see if the flamingos are out. Yeah, it'd be a nice, beautiful scene here anyway. Looks like they're out. There's a crowd there. So, hey, we'll check out the fall foliage. Yeah, they're scooting through here. Yeah, come to the zoo. So, Anonymous, those are not hyenas. They're African dogs. They look like hyenas. It says right on the if I would have filmed the label there, they said these are not hyenas, these are African dogs, because people like you, which is fine, there are hyenas. They're a different species than African dogs. The African dogs are more closely related to regular dogs. Hyenas are different. They're their own species. But they're close. I can see why I confused them for hyenas too. Thanks for trying to help me out here. Here's the flamingos. And that's the other thing. When you're a live streamer, no matter what you say, people will second guess what you say. Even if it's something you know is true, they'll second guess you and make you question your sanity, because people get off on that. Just like you should be a politician if you want to do that. You can gaslight the whole country, because it seems like that's what the country wants. Here's look at the flamingos here. Wow, look at the flamingos, Lincoln Park Zoo. Look at that. Hey, they always have their battles there. They're having their TikTok battles right there. Hey, look at the flamingos, Lincoln Park Zoo. Yeah, we got a 60-degree day here, above 60 degrees. Flamingos are liking it. They're talking to you. There's some over here. Look at these. See, the Chilean flamingo. Somebody's going to say, these aren't flamingos. There it is. Look at that. Hey, Lisa Lisa's tuning in. Yeah, thanks, Lisa. Guess where we're at? I tried. We went over the grizzly bears and they weren't out. I went there twice, and so the giraffes were not out either. So I don't know if there's a reason they're not letting the animals in that area out today. But we did see the rhinoceros, and we saw the female polar bear. She was rearing up. Look, these are all the zoo lights. So this is the big main where they time the lights, the music for the Lincoln Park Zoo lights. So that Christmas tree will spin around. They'll have it all choreographed. And here we got 1248. Yeah, we'll just circle around the outside here. The fall. I want to get the fall colors here, so we'll go down and see if the kangaroos are out. We'll see if the zebras there's zebras and there's llamas or alpacas. There's alpacas over here. And there's the woman. She always plays the folk music there. Look at that. She rides her bike here. Yeah, I've given her a big tip before. She's great. She's always here. She interacts with the kids in the field trips, and she sings all the good old folk songs, Sanders. Sometimes the musicians here in the summertime. But here we'll head around this way. We haven't come down this way in a while. So Lincoln Park Zoo, Chicago, Illinois. There's a really good view of the skyline. I'll show you this view of the skyline, and then we'll continue south here. Yeah, Christy, Mary Trees. No chairs? No, there's nowhere to sit. You got to stand the whole time. No, there's some benches. There's some benches. What are you talking about? There's seats where you can sit down to dine or have food. Yeah, look at this. Look at this nice view. So, hey, welcome to Chicago. We're just outside of the Lincoln Park Zoo. We're by the Cafe Brar entrance. And look at this beautiful view. You get to the Chicago skyline. There's that bridge. You go up to that bridge. Many people take pictures there. One of the most photogenic skyline views with the water. And it's not the whole skyline. We're not even seeing the Sears Tower, which is hidden by the other buildings there. So, where am I from? Thank you. I grew up in southeast Indiana in the country, south between Indianapolis and Cincinnati in the country. I'm a country boy. I've lived in Chicago for over 26 years, over half my life. But when I grew up, I lived in the farmland there. My father's parents were farmers. German-American farmers there, several generations, go back to before the Civil War. On my mom's side, my mom's side is amazing because not only does she have immigrant ancestors from Norway that immigrated here in like 1901, and that was her father, and her mother goes back to the Pennsylvania Dutch, which are really Germans. They're Protestant Germans, you know, that lived in Pennsylvania before the Revolutionary War. And Amish Mennonites come out of those, you know, the Protestant sects, S-E-C-T-S. But my maternal grandfather, his ancestry spans the entire history of America. We have ancestors that go back to Jamestown. We have Melungeon ancestry, which goes back to the Spanish. We have a small amount of indigenous Native American ancestry. No, my great-grandmother was not a Cherokee princess. She probably was Natchez. And from Mississippi. And the French pushed them out in 1730. They sought refuge with the Cherokees. They were accepted as refugees from the Cherokees, learned the Cherokee language, and then within 3 generations, they forgot they were Natchez and thought they were Cherokee, which happens, you know, just like within 3 generations, my German ancestors forgot how to speak German or stopped speaking German, and I don't speak German. You know, that's they assimilated from the Natchez culture, which was destroyed by the French in 1730, and then in the 1830s, the Americans kicked out the Cherokees and ended up in Oklahoma, so which is Indian territory. But that's my grandfather's side. It spans the whole, even before Columbus, which is amazing, and I'm very proud of that. But I'm a white guy. I was talking to Lambie T about that. You know how the blood quantum it's made to eliminate your Indianness, and it was designed that way. So we all assimilate to the white Anglo-Saxon Protestant culture, even the Catholics. Here's I'm joking. Here's so here's where the kangaroos usually are. The kangaroos are not out. Here's alpaca. The alpaca are not out. So we're not having good luck today with the animals, but we're seeing beautiful scenes of the city, and we're seeing beautiful scenes of the fall color here. Yeah, let's show this. You used to be able to get out here. You can't even get out here now, which makes me sad because yeah, it's locked. But here, look at this beautiful view. Look at this amazing view. Let me get over this way here. I think I can sneak the camera through here. Look at this amazing view. You get to the Chicago skyline here. This is the bridge that we were just talking about. And there you can see the Sears Tower. You can see the Sears Tower off to your right. There's this bridge here. Let me get the gimbal through the fence here. So they're setting up all the lights for the Christmas here. We'll head around here. Chris. So Chris, we tried to see the bears. They weren't out. I'm wondering. Here's the alpaca. The alpaca are way over there. So let's check out the alpaca here. You know, my luck, I'll head all the way back up there and they still won't be out. There's the alpaca here. They're lounging way over there. There's another one there. There's a black and a brown one there. You see the alpaca there? They're way over there. Yeah, they have giraffes. We didn't see them out. We saw the meerkats. We're not having good luck with the animals today. The giraffes were not out. The penguins were not out. The grizzly bears were not. The female polar bear was out. We saw that. We saw the macaques. we saw the African dogs. They weren't hyenas, they're African dogs, and which is fine. And we'll see if we see the zebras here. Hey, the Ferris wheel. So they put up the Ferris wheel. There's the zebra. Yeah, so we got Ferris wheels next to zebras. How often do you see a zebra next to a Ferris wheel? This is the Lincoln Park Zoo, Chicago, Illinois. Look at that beautiful zebra here. Yeah, looking nice in the sun there. How you doing there, zebra? Yeah. Yeah, they do have reptiles. They got a whole reptile house. Unfortunately, I don't have time to go through there because I'm on my lunch break from work. And we'll check that out in the wintertime. Often in the wintertime, I go in the reptile house because they got greenhouses in there and it's a way to get out of the winter. Here, Gravy Zebra. Hey, how you doing there, Gravy? We saw the gravy boat there. Hey, so they got the Ferris wheel. They got the they'll have lights on all these teddy bears and stuff. They'll run this for the zoo lights. Yeah, it's nice and warm here. Thanks for tuning in here. Yeah, it's a beautiful day. Yeah, that makes it worth it. At least we're seeing the nice fall leaves. Thanks for being the live audience here. I appreciate it. It's always hit or miss when you come to the zoo. It's why it's very hard to live stream it, because you can't say, you know, there's no guarantee the animal you want to see is going to be out. And they have some autonomy within the constraints of the zoo. But there's bus drop off. There's like a picnic zone here for large groups. So I'm still figuring out what I want to do tonight. I might wait later into the evening on Friday night. Well, it depends, you know, and I'm wondering if I might try TikTok tonight. Not because I don't like, trust me, I'm still going to stream the majority of the time on YouTube. It's just, I want to keep testing. We tested the super fans only lives this morning, and it seems to be working. I'm getting my hopes up that that's the way forward if I'm going to have any live streaming presence on YouTube. You notice I was gone for 2 months. There's several reasons for that, and one of the reasons I'm back is it appears that the TikTok deal did not go through. China still controls the algorithm, and I trust China with the algorithm more than I trust the current administration. And once the current administration finalizes its attempt to take over TikTok, I might be gone again. So here, let's see if we can open this door. There we go. See, I gotta use my fingernails. How you doing? Thank you.
Left side of the habitat, and that's because the researcher is about to start a cognitive research session with the chimps this afternoon. I'm going to go ahead and lift up this panel so we can get a better understanding about how science and animal care go hand in hand here at Lincoln Park Zoo.
So hey, welcome to Lincoln Park Zoo. They're doing a tour here. I've never seen them do this. Let's check it out.
So this is Jesse, our researcher, who's showing the puzzles that the chimpanzees are going to have the opportunity to work on. It's a match to sample puzzle. So there's a specific shape shown at the beginning, a blank screen, and then a few different shapes all at once. And if the chimpanzees can match that first shape to the same one they see when there's a bunch of different shapes all together, they're going to do that puzzle correctly. Now, this is a touchscreen computer here that Jesse was showing us the puzzle on, and he's going to face it toward the chimpanzee side of the habitat. So this is part of the cognitive research session that goes on with the chimpanzees so that the researchers can learn more about how they think, how they feel, and what their preferences are. And again, if anyone wants to come and check this out, I do have this green rope laid on the ground. If anyone wants to sit a little closer, feel free to do that. To check out this research, I'll just ask we don't pass that green rope. But these research sessions are done through puzzles, and these puzzles are done all through positive reinforcement, which just means that when the chimpanzees do this puzzle correctly, they're going to get something positive from it, and in this case, it's going to be a food reward. So you may notice that on Jesse's side, inside the research area, there is a tube leading from him into the chimpanzee habitat. And every time a chimpanzee gets that puzzle done correctly, he's going to go ahead and put a piece of that food item into the tube for the chimpanzee to receive. So this allows them to know they got that puzzle correctly, and it helps motivate them to continue working on this. So these types of puzzles are for the researchers to learn more about the chimpanzees, but also be able to continuously improve the care that they give the animals here. So doing puzzles like this help us learn a lot about the apes that live in this building. And for example, one of the studies that really helps with us learning about the care for the chimpanzees was done as a food preference study. So it was a similar touchscreen computer, just like this one, and it had different food options on the screen for the chimpanzees to choose. Now, these were all food options that were part of their vet-approved daily diet, but allowing the chimpanzees the choice to choose which food that they prefer over the others was a great way to understand how we can motivate them and learn more about their preferences. So anyone in the audience, would anyone be willing to just share out or yell out a favorite food that they have?
Pizza.
Pizza, that's a great one.
Mac and cheese.
Mac and cheese, also great. Any others? Bananas, pickles, very nice. Now, what about a food that you're not interested at all, that you're not into?
Pickles.
Squid, salad, crab, okay. So if I were to ask everyone in the audience here today, there's this big window right behind me where Jesse, our researcher, is, and if I said, hey, would you mind cleaning this window for me? If you did, I would give you, what was it, pickles, I'd give you pizza, or some other ones that people really liked. I forget. Mac and cheese, that's a good one. Would you consider doing it? Yeah, for some mac and cheese or some pizza? But what if I said, if you clean this window, I'll give you some salad. Would you want to do it? The face is like, no. So same thing with, I forget the other options. But if it's a food that you're not really into, you're probably not going to be as motivated to do what's being asked, right? So this is a really important way for us to learn about how we can motivate the chimpanzees to do these kind of puzzles to help us learn more about them. So by having this food preference study, we really were able to understand which foods the chimps preferred over others, and that allowed us to use those foods for part of this research. Now, when the chimpanzees are doing these puzzles, the food that they get are on top of their already approved diet that they're getting none of. So if the chimpanzees decide that maybe they don't want to join in on this part of the research, that's completely fine. It's always voluntary. And there are some chimps that choose to not come over and do the research. So as the chimpanzees do this research...
So, hey, thanks for checking out the, this is the Great Apes house here, chimpanzees and gorillas, great apes.
And so are
There's the silverbacks, look at these.
So each chimpanzee might have a different way that they like to solve this puzzle, or even how they like to touch the screen that the puzzle is on. So there are certain chimps that will use their fingers, just like maybe us as humans would do when tapping the pictures. There is one chimp, her name is Kathy, who every single time she does this puzzle, or most times, she'll do it with her tongue or her lips. So they do all have their different preferences in which foods that they prefer, but also just how they do these puzzles, just like humans do too. So we'll see if Kathy wants to come over or anyone else wants to come over and test out these puzzles. Again, like I said, it's completely voluntary. And if the chimps maybe do this puzzle but don't get it done correctly, that's totally fine and nothing bad is ever going to happen to them if they do the puzzle incorrectly. Jesse might just have them try it again, but nothing bad ever happens. Now, Jesse is part of the Lester E. Fisher Center for the Study and the Conservation of Apes. They do a lot of observational study here at the Regenstein Center for African Apes, and they study about just making sure to keep the apes here protected, but they're also doing research out in Africa as well, specifically an area called the Gualogo Triangle, where they can really observe ape behavior out in the wild, and also understand a little bit more about how humans affect the homes of chimpanzees and gorillas and other wildlife. So they really do their part to help protect the homes of these apes, And we can also do our part in keeping those homes protected. I'm holding up a logo here for the FSC, which stands for the Forest Stewardship Council. And you might see their logo on different packaging or different paper or wood products. And basically the Forest Stewardship Council will go in and they will approve of different products that are sustainable for the homes of chimpanzees, gorillas, and other apes out in the wild. So if you're out buying and shopping for things, you can look for the logo, look for that tree and check mark. And if you're buying something that has an FSC logo, you know you're doing your part in helping protect apes in their own homes. Now, Jesse is going to hang out here and see if any of the other chimpanzees want to come and do this voluntary research. I'll hang out for a little bit and see if anyone wants to come by. I'm going to go ahead and get off the microphone and I'm going to lower this panel so they have a little bit more privacy. I'm also going to remove this rope if anyone wants.
Hey, thanks everybody for checking out the Regenstein Center for the Apes here, Lincoln Park Zoo. That was the staff member of the Lincoln Park Zoo that was showing their enrichment. I know Lisa had to sign off, but she knew they have a digital TV screen there where they have shapes, and if they solve the puzzle, they get a food reward, and that's why he was going with the crowd there and telling what was going on. So that's what that was a live microphone of somebody speaking over the PA there, and so we got to see the gorillas there really up close, and we got to see the chimpanzees playing. So unfortunately we didn't see the grizzly bears. We'll come back either this weekend or next week, and we'll, trust me, people were like, why do you go to the zoo so much? You have to go to the zoo often, this free zoo here, Lincoln Park Zoo. Not all the animals are out every time you go, so you have to go back several times to get the footage that I get. And thanks for understanding here. So we'll head past the flamingos. The only thing we'll see if the lions are out, and if they're not out, we'll pack it up here. But hey, T-Lime, T-Time, Subi, Doraemon, okay. Thatch, yeah. Okay, hold your horses. Don't, what? Do you just like beg and plead for people to do stuff, hoping they'll do what you put in the comments there? Yeah, if we see the lions, we'll see the lions. If not, we'll give it a try next time. I got plenty of reruns of lions. I know you want to see them live, but here's the flamingos. We'll see if they're out. There's no guarantee the lions will be out. So cheap as me makes me feel like I'm a cheap whore here. Here's I don't mean to defame anybody here. Here's the flamingos. Yeah. I'm just a gigolo. Look at the flamingos here. And we saw them before, so we'll see if the lions are out, and then we'll head out of the zoo here. So hey, thanks for tuning in here, Lincoln Park Zoo here. And enjoy the weather there. Astro Martha, New Zealand there. Yeah, good morning. See, New Zealand, you're already in Saturday. We're still in Friday. We got 1:06 in the PM, and you're already past midnight, already into Saturday morning there. Yeah, thanks for tuning in there. That often happens in the evening. New Zealand and Australia, it'll be evening time, and it'll already be, late afternoon the next day. Hey, Lincoln Park Zoo, Chicago, Illinois. Yeah, the Fall Fest is over. They're setting up for the holiday zoo lights. We'll come back for that. They'll have ice carvings, and here's what the Santa is. He's checking out the Santa there. Look, the big Santa. Look at that. That's great. So here's the lion house. Let's see if the lions are out, and then we'll call it a day here. I'll probably go on TikTok tonight. I might not go on until after the news, so it might be later in the evening. We'll try it out, and if I don't miss it, we'll have a good week. Here's the lions. Here's the lions are out. Why won't my screen work here? I can't zoom in. So here, let's go inside here. Let's go inside. We'll get the lions here.
Slowly.
Yeah, here we go.
Came in this way.
Here's the lions. Yeah, there we go. Wow, here's some. Here, let me turn the chat off here. There it is. There's the lions. Wow. Look, it's licking its paws there. You get the 2 lions there. How you doing there? Here's the lions at the Lincoln Park Zoo. Thanks for tuning in here. Oh, look at that. This one's going in the cave over there. Sorry, I got in the way there. Yeah, here's the lions there. Look at that. Yeah, look at the chops. King of the forest. Yeah, they look good. They're well fed. Enjoying the sunshine there. Looking over that way. Looking at the people over there. Hey, the Lions Lincoln Park Zoo. Let's go out. Let's go outside to the other side there. We might be there might be more on the other side there. So, hey, we saw the lion. It was all worth it. There you go. So here we'll see. We even got lions on the water fountain here. They got this nice sculptural water fountain here. This is the Pepper Wildlife Family Wildlife Center, the Cobbler Lion House here, Cobbler, and Lincoln Park Zoo, Chicago, Illinois, 1:10 in the p.m. We got above 60 degrees, and let's see if we get another view of the lions here. There, oh, they're just laying down there. There they are. Yeah, the Lion King. That's what it looked like. He's sitting there on the Pride Rock. So we got more reruns of the lions there. There, look, this one's over here. Maybe this one's coming over here. Come on, lion, come on over here. Come play with us. Come here, lion. Yeah, look at that. It's walking through the rocks there. Come on over. Come this way. You can do it. Just peeping out the rock there. There it is. Oh, sorry. There it comes. Here it comes. Come on over here. You can do it.
So Mom had a single boy, really good year. I think the year that he was kind of
All right. I got to go anyway here. I got to go back. So, hey, thanks for tuning in. If you missed any part of this, you can rewind it. Thanks everybody here on the Lunch Bunch. Thanks Mod Team. We'll come back. We'll get them grizzly bears another time. And there's reruns from when we saw them last Friday, both on TikTok and YouTube. Thanks for watching the reruns. Check my page, both for content. And we'll try to go live later tonight. I won't come on right at 5. I'll come on closer to 6 or 7. And we'll see what the Friday night life looks like. We'll toot around the neighborhood, and then we'll enjoy the weekend there. So hey everybody, thanks for tuning in. And here, we'll see if the seals are out here. Enjoy the sunshine here. Enjoy the weekend if we don't see you later today. And Mod Team, thanks. Thanks everybody for, again, for supporting Shauna. She lost her sister. I put the the GoFundMe link in the Brian Really Chicagoans and the Mod Team there. Don't feel, you know, I contributed. Anita's contributed. We got flowers. I sent some funds to help out, and that's on behalf of everybody on the Mod Team and everybody that supports my content here. I want to support Shauna there. But if you're feeling generous and you want to help her out, there's the GoFundMe there. And thanks to everybody that supported Shauna, or at least sent her condolences. And we know other people have lost family members as well. Everybody, thanks for the Mod Team for the support. And we'll see you later tonight on TikTok. It'll be the super fans only chat. I already had somebody complain to me. They're like, I hadn't been on TikTok for 2 months. And I've never heard from this person ever in my life. And I make a few subscriptions. It just is an option there for the people that do choose to pay the $9.99. I don't expect anybody to pay that. That's not why I'm doing it. That's why I'm doing this super fan only site. It's much cheaper, but to support that way. But someone was like, you went subscriber. I'm never going to follow you ever again. I'm like, you can watch all my content on YouTube for free. You might have to watch commercials. You can watch this live stream for free. You can comment for free. You can watch my YouTube live streams for free. The only thing you can't do is comment. And all you got to do is pay 10 cents for like a happy heart, and you can comment. And they're complaining. And I'm like, good. You're the reason I left TikTok. And, you know, here's a little tiny violin to go with your wine. So I'm going to go drink some wine here because I'm whining. Have a good night. We'll talk to you later from Chicago. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. We'll see you later there. Yeah. Yeah, that's what it was. All right, we'll talk to you later. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it. Seize the day.